All right, and I'm now live. I'm going to wait for a few minutes just for having people coming in and joining so that they don't miss the beginning. All right, so I want to see if you're here, please go to the chat and say something in the chat so that I can just see that you're here. I have the chat in front of me, so I'll be able to tell. Cool, all right. I see some people are already online. Great. Hello, guys. Cool. So I don't want to waste too much of your time for the ones that are already here. Hi, Hugo, Troy or Tro, Wimmer. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So first, let me explain what I'm about to do here. So I have this source code that I made last week. That's a clone of Color Switch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Color Switch. If not, I will show you what Color Switch is about. I'm just going to share my screen so that you guys can see it. All right, you should be able to see my screen. And now I'm just going to type Color Switch game so that you guys can take a look at what it is. All right, go to the images. And yeah, and that's basically what it is. Let me look at a video so that you guys can see a video of, so you're basically like watching me watching something really quickly, just so that you guys can have a quick overview of what it is. It's actually pretty straightforward. It's like you control a ball and the ball has to go through different obstacles, and each of these obstacles have different colors. And depending on the color, if the ball has the same color, you're able to go through, and if you have a different color, you lose. Okay, so right now this is just a little demo. Hopefully that will be quick. Anytime now. Okay, so I can play the game. You guys ready? So I'm going to control that ball, the yellow ball, and I have to go through these elements. And right now my ball is blue, so I have to wait to go through blue here, and I can go, okay? So I have to wait for the blue to go again, and so on. All right, so that's simple, and it has to go through different types of obstacles. So has anyone of you played that game yet? If not, let me know. I mean, you definitely should. This is like one of the top games of 2016, and it's about to be one also in 2017. And what I'm planning on doing today is taking the source code of that game that I've already created, and then from this, I will make it for Halloween. Why? Well, right now, as I'm recording this video, we are October 3rd, 2016, and Halloween is in about 20-ish days. So now is a good time to ride the wave. And always, it's also good to understand how to reskin this and how things go with the reskinning and how simple it is. So if you want to follow along, go ahead and download the source code of what I have. You can go to appsfresh.com. And once you're on appsfresh.com, so let me zoom in so that you guys can see how to write appsfresh. Right, appsfresh.com. That's basically my website. You can download the source code. Just got to go all the way here. You go down in all, or just iOS source code or courses, and look for the Unity cloning color switch source code. Purchase is $0, so you know it says purchase, but it's free. Okay, and then download it, and you have the source code there. But I don't want to waste much time, so I'm going to go ahead and keep and start the reskinning process. So the first thing you need to do is own and have Unity on your computer. And to get Unity, you just have to type Unity download. That's it. And you will end up on the page. Here it is, Unity download. Just click on that link and you will choose your version of Unity. Any version will work with what we do, okay? If somehow later in the future you get a version that's more up-to-date than the one that I'm using, that's not a problem. You can always upgrade the source code. It's a very simple source code. This should have no problem getting updated. All right. So let me start the reskinning process. So just like you would do, I downloaded the zip code that comes with the appsfresh.com purchase, which is $0, but you know that you get for free. You double click on it to unzip it. Okay, it's that simple. By the way, this works on Macs computers, this works on Windows PCs, and this also works on Linux. So anyone could follow along. All right, so now I have the color switch folder here. What I need to do next is open this with Unity. So once you have Unity installed, you're only one step away to open it. I'm just going to click on open and look for it. Mine's inside of, I create a specific folder for it. So it's inside of Unity color switch reskin or Halloween, if I remember. Unity color switch Halloween. Okay, that's a folder that I created. And inside of this, I have the color switch folder. Now, what I'm going to do and what you should do is just click on the folder and click on open. Do not drill down, okay? Do not go inside of that folder. Just click on open, and that will open it with Unity. Right? So we're gotta wait a little bit. Importing assets. All right. So some of you, depending on which version of Unity you're using, you may have some kind of a small pop-up dialog that will say, would you like to upgrade the source code? Just press on upgrade or OK, and things will go smooth. OK. So let me double check if more people are here on YouTube. OK. So yes, so far so good. Everything is going well. Cool. So going on. I'm continuing. Now I'm going to just press play. By the way, I have the main.unity that's loaded. If you don't have, you don't see what I see right now, you need to click on the main inside of the assets. Okay, there is a main with the Unity icon. Just double click on it, and this will open the scene in Unity. Make sure you do that as well. All right, and now I can just press play. I'm going to click on maximize on play so that we can see the game in full screen. All right, and basically it's kind of a clone. I just cloned the game with a little bit of my own flavor, and literally that took less than 2 hours to make this game. Okay, all right, so I'm going to press play, and I'm going to show you that right now I'm going to take this ball, and I need to go through the blue, so I'm going to wait for the blue to be able to go through. Well, so as you guys can see, I'm not that great with that game, especially when I try to play from a PC like this. You know, it's easier to play on an actual phone. Okay, so let me try one more time, and if I fail, I promise I'll stop. Oh, well, one more time. Yeah, this game is pretty addictive because it looks very simple, but it's actually a lot harder. All right, I got like this 1 point, you know. Okay, I'm going to wait for the green. Okay, going through the green. Excellent. Okay, well, I know I'm not here for you guys to see me play, okay? So I'm just going to wait. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. All right, so I did have 2 points. That's pretty good. All right, so the game works, and this can be deployed on Androids, iPhones, Windows PC, and so on so many different platforms, even Xbox and PlayStations. I have some courses where I showed you how to do that. So I'm not going to go into the deployment yet. I will do it again after I reskin it for Halloween, the Halloween theme. All right, so as you can see, I have different colors here. And what I want to do is just change the graphics so that I get a game for Halloween. And I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. It's very simple and quick. All right, so first of all, I got to go get the graphics and know what I'm going to change. So I'm going to click on the assets folder, and I'm going to zoom on the bottom right. There is a zoom here. You guys see that little slider next to the assets? That's a way to increase the asset size. So I'm going to put it to the maximum so that it's easier for you guys to see all my assets here. All right, having done so, as you can see, we have the icon. So I need to change the icon and choose which icon I want for Halloween. The menu items, I could have it a more Halloween-like look. And inside of the assets, I have the floor, I have the circles, the star, the sphere, and these are the ones I need to change. And as you can see, there isn't that many of them because all of it happens inside of the prefabs in the hierarchy. It's more code-based, so it's very simple to follow along and very easy to change, barely any graphics to change. All right, having said so, I'm going to go ahead and look for some Halloween colors. So to do that, I'm just going to use Google Chrome, or any web browser will do just fine. And with Google, I'm just going to type Halloween color palette. Why color palette? Because I'm sure somebody on the internet already created the color palette for Halloween. Okay, so I'm going to press enter and go nowhere. I'm just going to look here. And as you can see, these are the colors that I use most of the time for Halloween. So I'm just going to take one of these and go with that. I'll go with, they all look good. I'm going to go with this one because it's more flashy. Okay, so I'm going to use these colors. And my next step is to save this. I'm going to right click and I'm going to save image as and just put it in my download folder. Download, I'm going to call this one _ Halloween colors, Halloween-colors. All right, I'm just saving it. Okay, so now that it's saved, I'm going to reuse these colors. How do I reuse these colors? Well, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to need to get a reference to them. And the best way is to get their red, green, and blue values. How do you do this? Well, usually you can do it straight from Unity, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I can just take the image that I just downloaded, and I'm going to take the image and insert it inside of Unity. So I'm going to drag and drop this image and go to Unity and basically drop it inside of the assets. All right, and as you can see, it appears right here in my assets. I have the Halloween colors. Now, my next step is to change the code so that I can use these colors. It's going to be very easy. What I'm going to do is select the, I'm going to select the manager. As you can see, inside the hierarchy, there is an object called manager, which basically manages the score, manages the game over or the restarting of the game, and manages the colors as well. And here I'm going to change the colors. If you see on the right side, we have inside of the inspector all the colors that are used in the source code. So now I just need to select the colors that I want to use now, and the ones that I want to use are not this one anymore. The ones that I want to use are these right here. Okay, so how am I going to do that? Well, click on the manager, click on the right side of each color, there's an eyedrop. I'm going to click on the first eyedrop and select the orange. I'm going to go on the orange and boom, done. All right, it's that easy. I'm going to go in element 1, I'm going to click on select, and I'm going to select the green color. I'm going to bypass the black because black, I will use it for the background. Okay, so here we go. Then the element 2, I'm going to select the purple. And the element 3, I'm going to select the white. All right, so now I have 3 colors. I could add another color. Now it's up to you at this point. Let's see, I can always click here and choose another color or just create a color myself. I don't know much about Halloween colors in the blue area. I don't know much, so I'm going to go with a yellow, okay? So I'm going to add a yellow color. Cool. So now these are my Halloween colors. All right. Yes, that will do. Cool. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors for Halloween. That's good. And don't forget to save, file save, just in case. And the next step I want to do is use these colors, because right now if I press play, nothing happens. Like actually things happen. You see the colors are already changed here. Isn't that beautiful? Amazing, right? I didn't have to do much and the colors have changed. However, check this out. Okay, right now it's white, so it seems to be okay. I need to go through the white. It's actually even easier than I thought. The colors have already changed. I can already press play and see that the colors have changed. Now I need to try to see if it works. Now, since I'm not that good and I lose a lot, I can cheat and add some kind of a code to change that. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to try to at least go through a few. Okay, I'm going to go. Yep, I got this one. Now I'm still white. Oh, I'm purple now. I'm going to go through purple. Okay, so far so good. Well, okay, so it is working already. Excellent. So now the few things I need to do is grab this color switcher, as you can see. It needs to be a different color. So what I'm going to do is select the color switcher, which is inside of each object, and change the allowed colors. And to do so, I'm going to need to change some of the code. And now we're going to write some code. So if you don't like to write some code, don't worry about it. It's going to be very simple. And I'm going to go in the manager and select the manager references script. It's right here inside of the inspector. And I'm going to click on it. Okay, and that will open it inside of MonoDevelop. All right, so if we want to do it the right way, we will need to change the actual color used. As you can see here, there is an enumeration that enumerates the colors that are used within the code. And now it's not red, yellow, green, blue, and purple anymore. So I will need to change that. And just as a reference, I'm going to keep that and duplicate this object. I'm going to right-click, select it, and copy this, and paste it below. And now I'm going to comment this part out so that I remember the original colors: red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And now the red is not red anymore. The red, if you go back to Unity, the red is the orange. So it becomes orange, green, purple, white, yellow. Okay, orange, green, purple, white, yellow. So let me write it here. I'm gonna comment this out. Okay, and now it's orange, comma, then green. Is it green or yes? Orange, green, purple, white, and then yellow. All right, so these are the colors that are used now instead of red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So I'm going to save this, file save, and now I know for a fact that I'm going to get some errors. I'm going back to Unity and it's going to complain. I'm pretty sure. And if I go to the console, I see a bunch of errors. You guys see the errors here? All the reds? That's because I changed the color names. So obviously these don't exist anymore, red, blue, and so on. So I need to go back and fix that. Now, I know that red is not red anymore. Red is orange. So every time I see red, I'm going to put orange. All right? Okay, so let's fix this. Red becomes orange. Then yellow is actually not yellow anymore. Yellow is green. Green, yes. So I need to go and put green instead. So color use.green. And after green, the next one is, so we have orange, green, purple, white, and yellow. So orange, green, and purple, and white, and yellow. We follow the order, okay? That's it. We follow the order that we have them inside of Unity. All right, you can always click on the manager. Right now we can't because I have errors, but the order is orange, green, purple, white, and yellow, and save that. Cool. Now let's see if we have more errors. I'm going to save and go back to Unity. I'm sure there's going to be more errors. Let's see. I'm going to clear this and see. Nope, that's it. I have no more errors. Excellent. Cool. All right. So now the next step is to work on the graphics. And as you can see, you guys remember in the game, these are not the right color. So I need to change the color switcher component. And I can just go inside of the game and select each of these objects and change the color switcher. So I see the color switcher object here. And the allowed colors are white, green, purple, orange, and yellow. That's good. But the colors that are shown on this object are wrong. So I need to open the color switcher, and I'm opening the ones from the horizontal bar. So make sure you open the one from the horizontal bar, and we're going to change these colors. So I'm going to click on the first quarter, the quarter circle field, and change this to a different color. So instead of red, I'm going to use which one was that? Instead of red, let's go back up. Orange. Okay, so I'm going to select orange here. I'm going to go here instead of the color palette and select an orange. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it looks orange, that's good. Then I'm going to keep the yellow and green. I'm not going to touch it. And I'm just going to change the blue one because we don't have blue anymore. I'm going to go with white. Okay, so I'm going to select white. Cool. All right. Actually, yes, white is good. All right. I was thinking about purple, but no, this will do just fine. Okay, good. So we have this object. Now I need to apply this to all the other objects. So I'm going to select the color switch object and go in the inspector and click on apply. And what it does, it's applying the colors to the prefab. So if I go to my project assets and I look at inside of my prefab folder, all these should change colors, but it did not. So I'm going to have to do it myself. And the best way to do this is to just select the bottom and change the size. So I'm going to put the size down so that this appears now all the way as text. And I'm going to go in the color switcher and I'm going to change that as well. So I see it here and I'm going to change the color. So somehow it appears with the wrong colors because I need to edit it. And the best way to edit it is to take the circle, put it inside here and select the color switch object and change the elements inside of it. So as you can see, it's red. So I'm going to change it again from red to orange. Here we go. And then the next one is the yellow. I keep the yellow. I am going to change the blue to white, right? White, and the rest is going to be the same. So I'm going to click on the color switch object and click on apply. All right. And select on the circle object and click on apply as well. All right, cool. So now, if I look at the prefab itself, as you can see, now it changed, okay? And I'll have to do that for the other objects as well. Probably the easiest way to do that is to select them all and replace them. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to repeat the same process for all the other objects, all right? So I'm going to remove this circle because I'm done with the circle. Now I'm going to take the cross and do the same. So drag and drop the cross, select the object within the cross, select the red and make it orange. Okay, so red becomes orange, good. And then the blue becomes white. That's it. So red to orange and blue to white. That's it. And then I'm going to click on apply. And as soon as I click on apply, I need to apply on this object as well. Check this out. The cross color has changed. However, there's more to it. I also need to change the color around it. Okay, so I'm going to do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Actually, I don't really need to do this because it's just for us, you know, in the sense that the code already takes care of changing the colors. So we don't really have to do it, but if you feel comfortable having the right colors, do it. But I'm not going to do it. The reason why is that whenever I press play, the colors will automatically change to the correct colors. How do I know that? Well, I'm going to press pause and show you that if I go to the scene, now I'm going to zoom in. You guys can see that we have the right colors. Okay, you guys see that? Yep, we have the right colors everywhere. Let me move the main camera. Let me move this up so that you guys can see it better. All right, you guys can see they all have the correct colors. So we are good to go. Oh, this one doesn't. That's okay. We're going to fix that. Okay, no problem. This one doesn't neither. So we're going to fix this. And this one neither. All right. So let's fix these. Okay, so shouldn't be that hard. All right, so to fix that, I'm going to select the ones that have a problem, which is, I saw the inner circle. So I'm going to drag and drop the inner circle, pull it inside of the game, and select the color switch object. And inside that color switch object, I'm going to change the color. So from orange, so orange here, okay, and then the blue becomes white. I'm just repeating the same process, okay, and I'm going to click on apply. All right. And I'm going to click on apply for the inner circle as well, apply. And now let's see, I believe there was other objects that were wrong. I believe the inner circle B was wrong as well. So I'm going to modify it as well. Inner circle B, the color switch object. I'm going to zoom in. Click on the first one. It goes from red to orange. Okay, and then the second one will go from blue to white. All right, and I'm going to click on apply. And then apply as well on the prefab. Okay, I can remove it. Now I'm going to press play and see what we have so far, if we changed anything. So I'm going to pause the game and go to the scene, and I'm going to and I actually see it. You guys see that? The circles are good. These two circles are good. So our job is done for the circles. The next one is the triangle within the circle and the triangle. So let's modify these, okay? The triangle within the circle and the triangle. So I'm going to select the triangle within the circle and add it to my object and modify that. So I'm going to select the color switch object, and I'm going to change the color, the first one from red to orange. And then the blue one and modify it to white. All right, and apply. So I select it, apply, and select the triangle circle object and apply. All right, now I can remove it. And the next one that I'm going to work on is the triangle. So I'm going to select the triangle and add it. Okay, and then select the color switch object again, go inside, drill down, select the field, the first one, and go from red to orange. So as you can see, it's very redundant. You know, we're redoing the same thing over and over again. And that's okay, you know, I mean, we're creating a whole game in no time. So that's okay if there's some redundancy. It's still going to be faster than anybody else, right? Any other games. Click on apply. And as you can see, we don't even have to create any graphics. Isn't that beautiful? You don't have to be an artist to do that. Meanwhile, let me just check if somebody is asking something. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay, good. I have some people say nice presentation. Thank you, guys. You guys, really appreciate it. All right. And let's keep on going. So going back to Unity, I'm going to remove that triangle. We don't need it anymore because I'm done with it. I'll make sure I click on apply. All right, removing it. And I'm going to press play just to see what else is there to be done that we haven't done. I'm going to pause the game and I'm going to take a look at it. So far, as you can see, we have the color for the circle, the inner circles, the triangle inside of the circle. The triangle is good. The simple circle is good as well. Oh, the square is not good. So we need to work on the square. And the cross is good. And this one is not good. So the square and the lozenge. All right. So square and lozenge. No big deal. Easy to do. I'm going to select the square. It's right there. The rectangle object. Drag and drop it. Drill inside of it. Select the color switch object and modify the object within. And select the first quarter circle field. Go from red to orange. Right. And then select the third one, which is the blue, and go from blue to white. Cool. Now I'm going to select the prefabs and apply it so that it applies it to the prefab. Excellent. I can remove it now. And now the last one was the lozenge. I'm going to select the lozenge and drop it there. And now I'm going to drill down in the lozenge. Look at the color switch object inside of it. Go from the circle field that's red to orange. Boom. And then from the blue one to white. Boom. Done. All right. So apply and select the lozenge object and apply to the prefab. I can remove this lozenge object now. And if I press play, let's see what we got. I'm going to pause it, go to the scene, and I'm going to take a look at all of them. So I'm going to go from down to all the way up. The bar is good. The color of the bars are good. Then the color of the lozenge is good. The colors of the cross are perfect. The square, perfect. The circle, perfect. The triangle, perfect. The triangle inside of the circle, perfect. The triple circle, perfect. And the double inner circles, perfect as well. So we are good to go. We have them all. Now, I want to make the game even better. Instead of having a ball, I want to have something different. And what I'm going to be using is a ghost. Instead of having the ball, I'm going to use a ghost. And to be able to do that, I need to grab a ghost. And I'm going inside of any web browser. And I'm going to open clipart.org. These are free clipart objects. And I'm pretty sure that they must have a ghost there. Okay, so going to openclipart.org. If not, I can always draw it myself. I can literally draw it on a piece of paper and scan it or take a photo of it with my phone and then cut it, do some kind of a collage, cut it, and we'll be good to go. So now I'm going to type ghost right here in the search, ghost, and press enter. Oh, and as you can see, yep, there's plenty of ghosts. I don't have to do much. I actually really like this ghost right here. So I can just download this ghost. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, this ghost is really good too. So I'm going to download this ghost and change the colors because it's a bit too gray for me. So there's plenty of nice ghosts here. So really, you have a lot of choice. I'm going to download this one, the cartoon ghost. And I'm going to click on download as a medium image. Yeah, medium will do just fine. And just save it in my download folder. I'm going to call it _ghost. Right? And now I'm going to open it with Photoshop. You don't have to use Photoshop. You can use any tools you like, any image editor tools. If you don't have Photoshop, that's okay. You can download the equivalent of Photoshop. That's totally free to use. It's called gimp.org. Okay, it works on every platform: Windows, Mac, Linux. So go ahead and download it. It's the same equivalent. Anything that I do right now can be done with GIMP. All right. If not, you can go to sumopaint.com. All right, sumopaint.com. Let me zoom in. That's also a tool online. It's just like Photoshop, and it's free to use. I don't have to tell you what to use. There's plenty of other tools online. And you just have to just search for it. You'll find them. All right. So I'm going to locate that ghost file and open it with Photoshop. So I'm going to right-click, open with Photoshop. Okay, so that might take a while because it needs to open Photoshop. And what I want to do is take this image and take the ghost and make it more white, because right now the ghost is a little bit too gray, right? So I'm going to change it to white. And it's actually transparent. I can see right away it's transparent because it has some transparency. If I zoom in, I can see behind it. So I don't want that. I want it to be transparent. Not transparent, I want it to be white. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to remove the shadow effect by going on the magic wand, so the magic wand tool, and I'm going to select around it with a tolerance of, let's say, 10. Okay, and I'm going to click on delete. That's good. That will do. Okay, so I did remove a good part of it. Excellent. And now my next step is to make it white. So I'm going to invert the selection by doing select, invert, inverse, all right? And now I'm going to create a new layer by going to the bottom right and clicking on new layer, this, okay? New layer, cool. And I'm going to put this layer down right below, and I'm going to use the paint bucket. Here is the paint bucket, and instead of black, I'm going to use white. All right, so I'm going to take the white color and paint. Boom, and I know it's white now. Now, the next thing I want to do is make it a little bit more contrast, add contrast by going to Image, Adjustment, and I can do Replace Color. So let me do it again, Image, Adjustment, Replace Color. And I'm going to select the gray color, and I'm going to make it whiter by taking the lightness and putting the lightness up. All right, so that's a lot whiter already, perfect. And click on OK. Now I'm going to save this for the web. How do I do this? Well, I press, first I'm going to take the two layers, merge them by pressing Command E to merge layers, or you can go to Layers, and then you can do Merge Layers. If I believe you have the rasterize and click on rasterize layers or merge layers. I cannot do merge layers because I just did it, but it's right there otherwise, okay? Cool. And now I'm going to select all, Command A to select all, copy this, Command C, and Command N to create a new file and paste it here, Command V. All right, I'm going to remove the background. I just removed it in the layers, and I'm going to save this for the web. So Command Alt Shift S to save for the web, or file save as, or export. And I'm going to save this as a PNG 24. Why PNG? So that I can have some transparency. As you can see, I have transparency so that it's semi-transparent. And I see the shape around it. I'm going to save it. Right now it's 688 pixels, it's too big. I'm going to go with just 400. That will just fine. I'm going to save that. And I'm going to save this inside of Unity. So I'm going to my Unity project. You don't have to, you can drag and drop it, but I'm going to go and put it right there. Courses, and that will be inside of my Unity color switch Halloween. Inside of the color switch, the assets folder. And I'm going to name this one Ghost. That's it. Right? And save. Cool. So that's it. It's inside of Unity. So I can go back to Unity, and it will load the ghost, and I can see it inside of my assets. Here it is. Now what I'm going to do is remove the ball and add the ghost instead of it. So I'm going to select the sphere. Right here, you guys see the sphere? That's the ball. So if I double click on it, this goes where the sphere is. And what I want to do is change the sprite. So inside of the sphere, there's the sprite renderer that says sphere. I'm going to change that by clicking on the target next to it and select the ghost. So I'm going to write ghost. Here it is. Boom. Now, as you can see, it's just way too big. It's like taking way too much space, and that's not a problem. Let's make it smaller by changing the scale from 1.3 to, let's say, 0.3. Let's go with 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Right? And that looks to be a lot better. It's still too big, so I could make it 0.1, so 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. And that might be too big, but actually it's way too small, so let me make it 0.3. 0.3, let's go with 0.4. It might be too big, but that's okay. At least it would be nice to look at. All right, now what I want to do is change the collider. Right now we have a circle collider, and what I'm going to do is make a bigger radius. How do you make a bigger radius? Well, in the circle collider of the ghost, I'm going to increase the radius. So I'm going to slide up, and as you can see, you guys see the radius, the green radius around the object? So this radius will probably be good. All right, so try to be around it. Okay, that will do just fine. So a radius of 2.06 seems to be perfect. Cool. Now I'm going to press play, and let's see what we have so far. So pressing play again. So we see a white ghost, and let's go. And now it's green. Isn't that amazing? I didn't even have to do any lines of code. It automatically went from white to green. Perfect. So, and now it's orange. Amazing. All right. Now, as you can see, it's a bit too big, but it makes the game a lot harder, and that's okay. But it's working just great. All right. I can restart and play the game, and in no time, I have a Halloween game. All right. So my next step is to create the, I want to create the, how do you call that? The logo. Right now, the logo says color switch, and I don't want the color switch logo. I want it to say Halloween, Halloween color switch. Okay. Now there might be some copyright issues if I call it Halloween color switch, but I'll have to find a name that's around that. And one way is to, I'm going to go on the internet and look for, actually, I know what I can use. Instead of color switch, I can call it, so here are my choices for title. So titles. So Halloween, color switch, no. Copyright issue, okay? Copyright issue. Now, if I call it Halloween, color shift, maybe, or switch or shift, swap, color swap, maybe. Okay, so that could be one. Yeah, so that would be, that'd be okay. Halloween color shift. I like it, and I will go with that. Now, obviously, I don't want to waste too much, and I'm not doing any research online. I should be doing some research to get a better title, but that will do just fine for the sake of learning. All right, so that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to close Photoshop for now. I don't need to save. I'm good to go. And I'm going to look for a title. I'm going to create a title, and I'm going to look for a font for creating that title. So I'm going to go on the website. But before I do so, let me check if somebody said something. Will this be on YouTube later? I believe I will put some. Yeah, I will put some of it on YouTube. All right, cool. So now the next thing I want to do is find a font, a good font. So I'm going to go on a website called dafont, dafont.com. And the great thing about dafont is that it tells you if you can use the font without any copyright issues, or if it's free for commercial use. And here we're going to publish it to the App Store. So it needs to be either free for commercial use or pay for it. Okay, so it's up to you at this point. And what I'm going to be looking for is, I'm going to be looking for Halloween. So I'm just going to type Halloween here and press search. Okay, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of results. Yep, I can see I already have plenty of results, and I'm not going to waste too much time. And I see I have a donationware, and one that's 100% free. This one is free for personal use, so that's not good enough if I want to put it in the App Store. This one is also 100% free. Oh, this one is really good, donationware. So I can actually use that. So I'm going to use this one. And the one below, the one with the spiders, is also free. But I'm going to use the Scary Halloween. I'm going to click on download and download the font. I'm going to download inside of my downloads folder, save. And what you need to do is install the font. If you have any image editor, make sure you close your image editor, because you need to install the fonts first. So otherwise, the image editor will not be able to see the fonts. So I'm going to double click on it to unzip it, and double click on the scaryhalloween.ttf. That's the font. As soon as I double click on it, I can install it. All right, so it's asking me to install it. I'm going to click on install font. All right, and now it's going to validate the font. All right, and it's validated. And now that's it. The font is installed as Scary Halloween font. So I can close the font book. Now I'm going to open Photoshop. And what I want to do is grab the title that's within my assets and modify the title. So the title is inside of assets. In the menu, if you look at it, it's called, we should see it, it's called color switch title, okay? So I'm going to right click and do reveal in Finder. I'm basically locating the file. And now that I see the file, I'm going to right click on the file and open it with Photoshop. Right click, open with Photoshop. That's it. You can open it with any other image editor. And here it is inside of Photoshop. Now I'm going to select it all, Command A, and delete it completely. Delete, boom, gone. And now I'm going to use the right font, the one that I just downloaded. Okay, the Halloween font. Okay, let me remove some of my stuff here because my computer is going crazy. All right, cool. So I don't need some of the stuff here. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to remove some of the stuff. All right, cool. All right. Okay, so now that I've removed a lot of stuff, what I want to do is create the title. So I'm going to create on the text. So select text, and let's select the font. As you can see, I'm sure I can locate the Scary Halloween font now. Why? Because I just downloaded it and installed it. So I can go to S for Scary, LMNOPQRS, okay, Scary, here it is, Scary Halloween font, boom. All right, now I can write my title, and the name of my title will be, we said, Halloween color shift, Halloween color shift. Okay, we can't see much right now, and that's okay. I'm going to select it and change the color from gray to orange. So I'm going to select an orange color. Here we go, and press OK. Here it is. I'm going to make it a lot bigger. So Command T to make it bigger. All right, and now we can see it. I'm going to try to take as much room as I can. All right, and now that's good to go. What I could do next is add some effects to this. I'm going to add a colored stroke. I'm going to click on Layer, Rasterize Layer. That makes the layer, right now it's a text layer, and now it becomes a regular layer. And I'm going to double click on the layer here. All right, and add a stroke. Click on Stroke and select a stroke of 6 pixels and make it white and press OK. And here we go. Now we have a nice white layer around here. That's good. What I could be doing next is keep adding some effects. I could go to 3D or filter and add add some special effects, maybe like a render effect. Let's see, render. I could add a lens flare, a flame, a tree, or distort. Let me try to distort and pinch it. I'm going to try to pinch it. Okay, that could be good. Yes, I like this pinch. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. It's pretty good. Okay. All right, Halloween color shift. Okay, that's good enough, and I'm going to save that. Command Alt Shift S, save, and I'm going to replace the title. So it should already be in the menu, and I just overwrite the title.png and save and replace. That's it. Now I can go back to Unity, and once I'm in Unity, if I press play, I will be able to see the title. So I'm going to press play. And we should be able to see the new title. Yep, here it is. You guys see it? We have the new title. Now it's pretty small, so we're going to make it bigger. How do I make it bigger? Well, I just have to select the canvas, and inside of the canvas, I will see the main panel, and inside of the main panel, I'll have the image title, and I'm going to change the width and the height. Okay, right now the width is 283, so the width, I'm going to double this, so that's 200, and 83 multiplied by 2 is 166. All right, so we should be good to go. I'm going to press play. Let's see now. All right, much better. It's a bit too high, but that will do. So I can put it a bit down, just by changing the y-axis. Here we go, and that will do. So if I press play, let's see what we got. Cool. That's pretty good. It's not perfect, but that's very good for something that's quick and easy like that. All right, now. We're good to go. We could go through the publishing process. And let me see, do you guys want to go through the publishing process right now? Let me know, guys. Yeah, some people want me to divide the part. It might be too long for some people, I understand, but I'm going to keep going and divide that later at some point. Okay, so now I'm going to do the publication process to iTunes. And to do so, I'm going to go inside of Unity and make this for iTunes. But before you do so, make sure you save. It's very important. You can always lose your work and you don't want to. So save that. And now let's get ready for the iTunes App Store. So File, Build Settings. All right. And here I'm going to select iOS and click on Switch Platform. Cool. So now it's converting the graphics to iOS. All right, and now that we're there for iOS, I'm going to click on Player Settings, this button right here, Player Settings, and I can close this Build Settings window. Now I can see the Build Settings in the inspector. What I want to do is write the company name, The company name is good for me because that's mine. If you don't have a company name, that's okay. Just write your first name and last name. Then in the product name, I'm going to call it Halloween Color Shift. Halloween Color Shift. All right. And the icon is not the right icon. I need to create an icon. So I'm going to create the icon live. And I can do it the easy way, which is making it with Photoshop. So I'm going to select the icon, which is here instead of the icons. I'm going to right-click on this icon and leave it in Finder. And I'm going to modify it with Photoshop. So right-click, open with Photoshop. And I'm going to do a quick and dirty change. So I'm going to look for the ghost that we had earlier. So the ghost should be inside of the assets folder. So here is the assets folder, and the ghost is the sphere, right? Let me see. No, actually it's the ghost. Yes, ghost.png. So I'm going to right-click and open it with Photoshop. Cool. And I'm going to select the ghost, Command A, and Command C to copy and paste it on the icon. Command V. All right. And I'm going to move the ghost below and make it smaller. Command T to make it smaller. All right. And I'm going to replace on top of the ball. Here we go. So this will do. Cool. Now I'm going to add an effect like if the ghost is moving. So I'm going to duplicate the ghost layer, go to Filter, and then go to Blur, Motion Blur, to make it fake that it's moving with an angle of 90, and the angle going up and down with a distance of not 79, a distance of, let's say, 28, and press OK. And I can see that we see that the ghost is kind of moving, but I'm going to put it below, all right, and move it below a little bit and make it more transparent by taking the opacity and putting the opacity down. Okay, so I'm going to put the opacity at 50 instead of 100. So it's half transparent. Okay, much better. Now I'm going to change the colors here. I'm going to keep the yellow, keep the green, and change the red to orange. How do I do this? Well, I can select the background. I'm going to unlock the background and click on Image, Adjustment, Replace Color. I'm going to replace the red. So I select the red, and I'm going to replace the red with an orange. All right, so let's see, this orange should be fine. Yep, I'm going to click on OK. And that's it at this point. This looks kind of like Halloween. I'm actually going to, yes, that's good enough. I'll go with that, and I'm going to save this. So I'm going to merge the 3 layers, Command E to merge them, and save that file. Command Alt Shift S to save for web. And I'm going to click on Save and replace the icon2.png inside of the menu. Yes. So the icon is inside of the icon folder. So I need to go to Assets, Icons, and here it is, icon 2, and save. It's going to ask me, do I want to replace it? Yes, replace. Okay, so now I can close all of these. I don't need them anymore. I'm done for now. I'm going to save some memory because my computer is going to go crazy. All right, and I'm going to Unity, and now we should see the new icon. Let's see. Yep. As you guys can see, we have the new icon. So if I go to the File, Build Settings, and I click on Player Settings, I can now see the new icon. Yep, I see the colors are different. Excellent. Cool. So we're good. Good to go. Now we can click on Other Settings, and here we can add a new bundle identifier. So the bundle identifier is what we're going to use to publish the app to iTunes. So I'm going to call this one com.appsfresh.halloween colors. Why Halloween colors? Just because it's easy to remember. And I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it inside of a text editor so that I will have a reference to it. Right? So that's the bundle ID for iTunes. All right. Now that I have the bundle ID for iTunes, what I'm going to do is use it. All right? So going back to Unity, what I need to do is build this for iTunes. And I believe I have all the settings that I need. The game is ready to go. I'm going to click on building this. So File, Build Settings, and here for iOS, I click on Build. All right? And make sure you select the release. Make sure you have it for release and click on Build. Do not click on Build and Run, just Build. And here I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this one Build iOS, so that I know that it's the build for iOS, for iTunes. And once I have it, I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to call this one build. Just that's simple, and click on save. All right, so this might take a while because it's going to take all the files and make a build for iOS. Now, some of you, it may not work for some of you. And whether it works or not, make sure that you have Xcode on your computer. Now, you have to have a Mac, or if you don't have a Mac, that's okay. You can go online and you can go to a website to rent a Mac. It's really cheap, and you can rent a Mac. So anyone can have a Mac on their computer. It's a virtual machine that you will work on. It's called Mac in Cloud, like a cloud in the sky, macincloud.com. And you can work a Mac. You can rent a Mac, and you have 14-day trial, okay? So feel free to use it for 14 days for free and enjoy it. You can rent it by hour, and it's going to be very cheap because you just need it to build it and publish it. So you don't need it that much. So it's going to be very cheap for you. All right. Cool. And by the way, I have no affiliates with Mac in Cloud. I could make money out of sending you there, but I don't need to. So I'm just going to close that. That's okay. All right. Cool. So going back with Unity, now it's building, but something you want to do is go to the App Store. So I'm going to click App Store. So inside of your Mac, you need to go to the App Store. And inside of the App Store, you need to get Xcode. It's free. So by the way, I have a build successful, so that's good. I know that I'm going to be able to use that. So the App Store is loading. Let me just close some of my finders. As you can see, I have a bunch of Finder windows, way too many. All right, good to go. Now, what I want to do is work on getting Xcode inside of the App Store. I'm just going to go in the search on the top right and type Xcode and press enter. Here we go. Now Xcode will appear. It's the one on the top left. Just click on install now or get. As you can see, mine doesn't say get because I already have it installed, so I can open it. All right, but I'm not going to open it just yet. So it might take a while because it's a big file, but know that you need Xcode. All right, now I have a build succeeded. So what does this mean that I have a build succeeded? Well, it means that what I need to do next is go grab that build. Now, you guys remember where is that build? Well, I'm going to go inside of my Finder and I'm going to look for the build. It's inside of the build iOS folder that I just created. And I have a build here. And the actual project file that's very important here is the unity-iphone.xcodeproj. That's the one that you need. Once you see it, just double click on it, and this will open in Xcode. Now, some versions of the iPhone of Xcode of Unity for Xcode are missing an entry, and we need to add this entry. Now, I don't remember what this entry is by heart, but I can figure it out. Let me try to look for it. I know that there's an entry missing, so I'm going to look for it right now. Let's see. All right. Okay, so I know. Is that it? Push notifications? No, that's not it. So let me go back. I know you guys might be wondering what I'm doing right now, but I'm basically looking for the error that's missing inside of my app. Well, I can't seem to be finding it. Okay, well, then we'll have to look at what the error is. They will tell me the error later on, so that's okay. I'm going to keep going because I don't want to waste much more of your time. Oh, yes, I know which one it is. Is the NS photo library missing? So that's iOS SDK, NS photo library. So NS photo library info plist. I'm going to look for it. Doesn't seem to be what I want here. NS photo library description. Maybe, hopefully. Oh, okay, well, then I'll see if I can figure it out. If not, that's okay. So what am I talking about? right now, if I build, it will work, and that would be a false positive, because in the info, it's missing an entry here. I need to click on plus inside of the custom properties and add the photo library. So that's NS photo. Yeah, it doesn't recognize it. So I will need to go and look through all of this to be able to access the photo library, because somehow we're not accessing the photo library, but Unity somehow says that we are using it. But that's okay for now. I'll go through that. All right, so let's sign this app. If you don't know how to sign the app, you'll have to go to create a developer license. That's about $99 a year. So you have to go to the developer.apple.com website, and you have to get an account here. And to get an account, I think you have to click on account. Nope, you have to create an account. So what you could do is just go on, just type iOS developer license, and that would be the first one, developer.apple.com/programs. All right. So you'll have to have this in order to become a developer and be able to create apps for Apple, and click on the blue button, enroll. All right. I'm not going to go through this. This is pretty straightforward. All right. So what I'm going to do now is inside of Xcode, I'm going to click on Unity iPhone, click on General, and here I'm going to use my team. If you do not see your team, click on Add an Account and use your username and password that you just got from your developer account. Okay? And I'm going to use my team. That's my name. And the development target, I'm going to go with iOS 9 minimum. That's more than enough. And I don't need to change anything here. I'm going to click on automatically manage signing. Okay? So use the automatic way. It's pretty straightforward. That's good to go. And select Unity iPhone and select generic iOS device. Now that we have this, we can build this. So click on product and archive. So this might take a while because it's going to take all the files and archive. Meanwhile, what we can do is go on the web and create the settings for iTunes Connect. So I'm going to go to itunesconnect.apple.com, right? itunesconnect.apple.com, and I'm going to add my app. So sign in if you're not signed in yet. Right? Use your username and password that you have from the developer account. And once you're signed in, click on My Apps. That's the top left. And we're going to add an app. Now, you probably don't have any apps yet, and that's okay. I have a bunch of apps. So I'm going to click on plus. On the top left, New App. And there's like a menu that appears. Select the iOS platform, give it a name. And by the way, the name needs to be the same name as the one that you're creating inside of Halloween, okay? So here the name would be Halloween color shift. All right. Primary language, that would be English. Bundle ID. I cannot change the bundle ID, so I have to make sure that I register a new bundle ID on the developer platform. So I click here to register the bundle ID. And you will need to create a certificate. I'm not going to go through that. You can easily follow some of my lectures that I have online or on YouTube. It's pretty straightforward to create a certificate. I'm going to create an app ID. So click on app ID. Click on plus on the top left, top right, and give it a name. So I'm going to call this one, this one is going to be Halloween color switch, or color shift. All right. And the value, I'm going to use my team ID and an explicit one. And the one that I use here is the one that I saved in my text editor. This one right there. Okay, that's the bundle ID. Right click, copy. Going back to the developer portal, and I'm going to paste it here. All right, and I'm just going to go all the way down and click on continue and just register. That's it. Now I'm done. My app is registered. So I can go back to iTunes Connect. And here, I'm not going to be able to select it because it doesn't even know about it. So I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to reload this page. Command R, that's a shortcut. So I'm reloading this apps page, and click on the plus again, new app. And now I'll be able to select iOS and put the name. All right, primary language, English. If yours is not, that's okay. You can change the language. And the bundle should appear here. So The bundle is Halloween, so I'm gonna have to find that. That's gonna be very hard because as you can see, I have like hundreds of them. You probably don't, so it's gonna be easier for you. But let me try to find it without wasting too much of your time. Let's see, where is it? So mine is com.appsfresh.halloweencolors. Okay, so that's the one I need to find. com.appfresh. So somehow I cannot find it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Where is it? Pinocchio? No. Somehow I'm sorry guys, I just can't find this. Somehow I just can't. I see apps fresh. Well, that's okay. I'm gonna use a wildcard then. Okay, so don't worry about it. Wildcard. Don't worry about what wildcards is. It's just a quicker way to create apps when you have so many of them. So I'm just gonna use this one for now. But actually, before even I do so, I'm just gonna refresh that because sometimes it needs to be refreshed. Okay, let's see. Nope, I don't seem to find it. So that's okay. I'm going to use this one, com.appfresh.star. Okay. Oh, here it is, Halloween colors. Yay, found it. I'm gonna click on it. All right, put the name, Halloween color shift, and the SKU number. We don't even use that anymore, so just put the same as the bundle ID. Okay, so primary language English, and the SKU put com.appsfresh.halloween colors. By the way, do not use the same one as mine because it's not going to work for you. You need to create your own. Okay, so put your name, first name and last name if you don't have an account. That's okay. All right, and that's for iOS. Create. Cool. All right. Now here comes the settings that will be seen in the iTunes Connect or the iTunes App Store, and just put a description, fill up all these, and then click on save when you're done with that. Click on price and availability. I'm going to put myself for free, so click on free. All right, and save. And now I'm going to upload that. So going back to Xcode, it says that I have one error. Let's see what the error is. Oh, okay. It says that the module Google Mobile Ads was not found. Yes. And the reason why is that because I'm using the mobile ads, the Google Mobile Ads, and that's okay. We can easily fix that. What you need to do is go inside of Unity and click on the assets on the Google Mobile Ads. And inside of this, right-click and do Reveal in Finder. And here, click on Platforms, then iOS. Oh, actually, that's not it. So where is it? API, Common, Editor. No, I guess it's not part of what it is, and that's why it cannot find it. That's okay. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I'm going to the web, and inside of the web, I'm going to look for Google AdMob download iOS. Right? So Google AdMob download iOS, and I'm going to click here. And now I'm going to click and download the zip file here. All right, so I just download the zip file. I'm going to download it in my downloads folder. All right, and once it's downloaded, I'm going to click on it to open it. Once it's unzipped, locate this file, the Google Mobile Ads Framework. All right, once you see it, we're going to drag and drop this inside of Xcode, but not anywhere in Xcode. Make sure you have the groups and files open and Unity iPhone here. And the next thing we want to do is drag and drop this Google Mobile Ads.framework inside of the Unity iPhone. All right, and make sure you click on copy items if needed and add to target and create groups and finish. All right, and that would take care of that. Now I can do a product archive and this will be taken care of. All right, so far it seems good. It's archiving. So this might take a while, and we're going to be able to publish it in the iTunes App Store in a few seconds. Meanwhile, let me see if somebody is trying to ask me something. Okay, privacy. Yes, Oh, thank you, Lucas. Somebody is telling me about what I'm missing. Yes, the photo library usage. Excellent. Now I need to see if I can just add it. So I'm going back to Xcode, and I'm going to go inside of my information. And inside of the info tab, I can just add it here. Click on plus and look for privacy. Yes, so privacy, here it is. It's a bunch of privacy. There it is, the photo library. Can you guys read it? Privacy, photo library usage description. Okay, and here just say in the value, apps needs access to photo library. All right. Now, once you do that, I'm going to stop that and archive again. Product archive, because I actually need this. I need this entry to be able to archive. Okay. And so this might take a while, so please bear with me. And if you have any question, now is a good time. Many thanks. Thanks, Lucas. You saved the day. All right. Cool. So let's keep on going. Let's look at Xcode. Okay, it's halfway through. I don't think there's anything else I need to add at this point. What you could do is take some screenshots. Yes, because if you look at iTunes Connect, you probably need to take some screenshots. Right here in the prepare for submission, it's asking for some screenshots, and I'm not going to go into too many details how to take screenshots. Anybody nowadays know how to take a screenshot, but if you have an iPhone, let's say you have an iPhone 7, it's easy to take a screenshot. If you don't know what size the screenshot needs to be, click on iOS screenshot properties. Once you click on the link, it will tell you all the sizes that are needed here. All right, so it's pretty straightforward. Okay, if somehow you don't know how to take a screenshot, on the Mac, you can go to Unity and press play and press Command-Shift-4 and space, and that will take a screenshot. So I'm going to repeat, Command-Shift-4, okay, and then space, and press Entry or press or click, and that takes a screenshot of the whole thing. And once you're done with the screenshot appears inside of the Finder in the desktop. So if I click on desktop, I see the screenshot right there. Okay, so that's the whole screenshot. So go to any image editor tool and just crop just the part that you need. All right, by the way, this source code is using advertising, so there will be a banner on the phone. Whether you're on Android phone or iOS, there will be an advertising banner to make money. So you will need to create the banner, not create the banner, but create the ID so that you can get paid. So while this is building, while Xcode is building, it's almost done, I'm going to show you how to get the ID. So I'm going to open a new web browser. I'm going to open Safari, but feel free to open any web browsers. And I'm going to apps.admob.com. Once I'm here, this is my Gmail account. If somehow you don't have a Gmail account, create one or just register. It's free to register, so go ahead and do that. Then click on Monetize New App, the red button here on the left, Monetize New App, or there's one on the top sometimes too. Then here, click on Add Your App manually. Give it a name. Mine is Halloween Color Shift. And the platform, the first time would be iOS. If you want add Android, add Android. Click on Add App. I'm going to select a banner, and I don't need to change any settings. I'm going to keep the regular settings and put it a name. I'm going to call it Main Banner. Call it whatever you'd like, and click on Save. As soon as you click on Save, you get the Add Banner here. All right, the Add Unit ID. So right-click and copy this. Now, if you want to, right now it's using mine, so I'm the one that's going to get paid, and you don't want that. You want to be paid yourself, right? I mean, you're doing the work, so you deserve to be paid. And what you can do is go back to MonoDevelop and look at the manager references. Once you see the manager references, go all the way down of the file and look at these entries for the setup AdMob banner and replace the Unity iPhone entry, this one right there. Okay, so take this entry and replace it. All right, and save that and rebuild. That's it. Now, going back to Xcode, it's taking a while, I know, because I have a lot of things happening right now, but it should be done anytime soon. I hope it works, because I don't feel like going through that again. So cross your fingers. Does anyone have any question? If you have any question, now is the time. I have a little bit of free time. Any question, guys? Feel free to ask. Right now is a good time. Okay, so somebody, Han, is asking, do you have this course for this on Udemy? I don't have this course on Udemy yet because this is live, but at some point I will. All right. Any other questions? I believe that's it for now. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. So let me take a look at Xcode. Xcode is really taking a while. It's probably because I'm using too many resources on my computer right now. I'm going to close a bunch of things so that my computer will go faster. Right. Still linking. Almost there. Thank you for your patience. And the reason why I'm waiting here is that this is a very important step. This step is the one that without this step, you cannot go on. We need this to be able to put it inside of the App Store. So hopefully this will be done anytime. Let me see if you have any question meanwhile. Nope, no questions yet. Okay. Come on, Xcode. All right, Xcode, you can do this. You can do this. People are watching you live right now. They have faith in you. All right, Xcode, we believe in you. We believe in you. Ooh, creating universal binary. We have some changes. All right, it's going. I see this. It's happening. We're almost there. Crossing fingers. Anything can happen at this time. It can be a total success or it can fail. Now, as you can see, I have like 87 warnings. Now, I did not do any errors, and these are warnings that are coming from Unity. And that's not a problem. It's okay to have yellow warnings. If you have red errors, now that's a problem. Hopefully, I don't have any red errors. I shouldn't, because this is coming straight from Unity. So this should be working straight off the bat. If it doesn't, sometimes the reason why it might not work for you is just like you missing a framework. Like I just was missing a framework, right? So I had to add the Google AdMob framework. And sometimes some of the other errors are that Unity needs to be updated. All right, signing the product, we're almost there. Come on, you can sign this. You're almost there. Succeeded, all right. So we have a build succeeded. Now this is the archives window. And what's going on with the archives window? Thank you. What's going on with the archives window is that we can upload this to the App Store now. I can just select the Unity iPhone, which is already selected, and click on Upload to the App Store. Now, it recognizes my account. If it doesn't see your account, you need to add it. Click on Choose. And now, what I'm going to do next is select which app I want to add this code to. And I'm going to add the code to the app that I created in iTunes Connect, which is the Halloween one. So somehow it's having some errors here. So I'm not going to be able to do it. That happens sometimes. It cannot find the provisioning profile. So I can either create it manually, and I'm going to have to do that again. So when you see this error, it's a pain, and this should never have happened, but that's okay. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to go to the developer website. Now, I did sign the app automatically, so this should have never happened, but that's okay. I'm going to go in the provisioning profile for distribution, and I'm going to click on plus and call this one the App Store one, and continue. And I'm going to use the one that I created earlier, which is the Halloween one. So I got to locate it. That's com.appsfresh.halloween. So let's see if I can locate it. Now it's harder for me because I have a lot of them. I'm going to zoom in so that it's easier to see. Where is it? That's a pain. You know, like Apple should definitely do something about this, because it's really a pain. Like for people like me that have been doing this for so many years, it's a pain to locate an ID, right? So still can't find it. Can't find it. If somebody knows or somebody sees it there and I don't, let me know, so that would save me some time. Okay, can't find it still. Well, that's a problem if I can't find it, you know. I don't know what to say at this point. I can either create a new one, but I don't really want, or I can use another one. I guess, yeah, just for the sake of learning, I'm going to use another one. Okay, guys? I hope you guys don't mind. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Oof, whoa, I'm so lucky I found it. Here. So I select it, and now I'm going to just click on continue. All right, and use the iOS distribution, license, continue, give it a name. I'm going to call this one distrib because it's for distribution, Halloween, color, shift, and continue and download. So now I have the provisioning profile, I save it, and I'm going to install it. So these are very common errors. What do I mean by common? This happens a lot of times, and this should not, in the sense that I've done everything that Apple wanted. Like literally, I've used the automatic signing certificate, so this error should never have happened. And the reason why it happened is that it's not perfect yet. The Apple Xcode system is not perfect. It needs to be tweaked. So right now, many times I find many errors, and it's just a matter of time that Apple will come and fix these. All right, so I have this. Now, I'm not going to select the automatic because it failed. I'm going to select the distrib Halloween color shift. All right, same thing for the signing. So it's not automatic anymore. And I'm going to go in the build settings and locate the signing place and make sure that I'm using the right one. The distribution, that's my distribution license. All right, now it's good to go. I know it's kind of a pain, and this should have never had happened. But again, you know, these are free tools that Apple gives for free. So, you know, this is as good as it gets. Now I'm going to have to rebuild. So this might take a long time again. Hopefully not, because it's a quick build, but it's things we have to go through. All right. I'm sorry about this, guys, but you know, sometimes we just we just got to do what we got to do to be able to do it, right? Anyway, it's still quick, right? It's been less than 2 hours, so as you can see, it's a very quick process. I mean, I'm making a game live, right? So so we should be blessed, right? Oh, thanks. Somebody found it actually before me. Yeah, I know I'm kind of blind, but you know, it's not easy when you're trying to be live, do things live, and like see what's happening, and also trying to think about what I have to do next. So it's a lot of steps happening at the same time. All right. So at this point, you know, like, feel free to keep watching, or you know, go grab a quick cup of coffee. I was lucky enough that my wife came and brought me a cup of coffee because, you know, I've been talking for a while, and I definitely need a good cup of coffee. Almost there. You can do this. Now, at some point later on, I want to do Android as well. I'm not going to do it right away, but I definitely want to put this app in the Android world, because having it on Android and iOS is going to double, even triple my reach. I might want to do also Windows phones, or maybe also the Amazon store, the App Store. Yep, that could be nice. Okay, it seems that this time it's going a lot faster. So we might be lucky this time. Yep. Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot faster. I'm glad it is. So again, I hope that you guys saw what the problem was. I used the automatic way of signing, and the automatic way did not work. Now, it should have, but that's okay, as long as we know how to do it the manual way. And as I showed you, I had to create the provisioning profile myself in the developer.apple.com website. All right, let me see if there's any question. All right, no questions. So far, so good. Going back to Xcode then. Come on, anytime there. We're almost there. All right. And I do have a fast computer, so it shouldn't be taking that long. But even though it's a very simple game, it's using a lot of the Unity features, like all the 2D physics stuff. So there is a lot of stuff happening at the same time here that, like the physics things that take a lot of space. Okay, anytime there, it's been linking for a while. Come on, you can do this. Almost there. By the way, the actual source code that I just did, the reskinning, you will be able to download it on appsfresh.com. So you could just go to appsfresh.com, and I will put it inside of the source code. So if you drill down, you can probably go to the courses or the source codes right here, source codes, and I'm going to put them here. And I'm going to make them free to download so that you guys can also make your games for Halloween. You don't have to make it for this year. You can make it for next year. It's okay. By the way, whenever Halloween approaches, your downloads are going to increase in really fast. If you've never tried that yourself, I definitely advise you to do some apps for Halloween or Christmas. So you can actually create a color switch for Christmas, right? That could be cool as well. All right, it's making progress. We're almost there. All right, that should take now less than 30 seconds. I know, because when it's generating the DSIM, it just needs to code sign, and we're good to go. Anytime. Again, if you have any question, now is a good time to do that. Oh yes, I tried to create a developer account in Apple Store, but I found something to make since I live in Morocco. So Munir, I don't know how it is in Morocco. I would believe that the steps are very similar. If not, I guess you could ask some people from Morocco that have already done that. You can go to Facebook. I have a group on Facebook, and I have a lot of people from Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria. So it should be very similar. You can just go to the mobile app entrepreneur. Here it is. No, mobile app entrepreneurs. You guys see that? That's a group with 12,000 members that are doing the same thing as what I'm doing right now. So you can go there, and there's plenty of people that will tell you what to do. So if you're already or not a member of that group, feel free to go there, because there's lots of good content and lots of people can help you. And just ask and tell them that you're from Morocco, and it's always good to make connections. All right, so cool. Let me see if there's anything else happening. Xcode, yes, Xcode is finished. So I have the archives. Now I'm going to click on upload to the App Store, the blue button, select my account, and now it should work. Crossing fingers, because with Xcode, we never know. Anything can happen. Oh, it's looking good so far. Yes, it found it. All right, so it found the app on the iTunes Connect website. So I'm going to include the bitcode and include the app symbols. That's for reporting crashes. And I'm going to click on upload. And now it's going to take the executable file and send it to the Apple iTunes Connect platform. Okay, so this might take a while because it needs to upload it. My internet connection is pretty good, so it shouldn't be too bad. It should take about a minute or two at most. So again, what it's doing is that it's taking the executable file. Basically, it's taking the app and sending the app to the iTunes App Store platform. But it's not publishing it to the iTunes App Store platform yet. What it's doing is putting it behind the scenes. And then we're going to have to submit it so that an Apple technician can review it first. The review is pretty fast now. It takes about a day or two for getting an app reviewed. All right, so now, as you can see, it's uploading the archive. That should be fast. Everything is so slow today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe a lot of people are doing what I'm doing. That could be it. Yeah, something is happening. Usually it's not that slow. I actually submitted one not too long ago, actually a couple of days ago, and it was so much faster than this. So I don't know what you guys have. Maybe you're able to put yours right away, but that's a process that we have to go through. We just can't. We can just forget about this. Okay, verifying assets. Let me see if somebody is saying something. Thank you so much. Can you type the Facebook group name? Yes, I can. Let me put the whole Facebook name so that you guys can easily access it. Okay. So actually, the full name is Mobile App Entrepreneurs, Apps and Games Flipping Reskinning. Now, you probably want to use that, what's above, the groups /324211099. So I'm going to leave this page for a little bit so that you guys can copy this and zoom on it so that it's easier for you to see. All right. Anyway, meanwhile, it's uploading, so there's not much to see in the upload. We just see like a progress bar that's going up, a blue progress bar, so there's not much to see. All right, that should be enough time for you guys to write this down. If not, you can always go back in the lectures and pause that. All right. And by the way, I'm the admin, so I know who you are, and I'll accept you to the group, and I'll approve your request. Okay, let's see meanwhile what we have. It's taking a while. Okay, so I'm not going to waste time anymore at this point. Oh, there we go. Finally, we have a connection. Yes. All right. And it's going pretty quickly. I'm happy about it. We're almost there. Finally, I don't know what happened. iTunes is very slow today. That happens sometimes. Usually that happens when there's some big updates going on there. All right, almost there. Okay, halfway through. Now, you know that if you go online and you look for what I'm doing right now, you will never find anyone else doing that live. You will always find somebody that's faking it to be live. But this is actual process. This is no filters, guys. So anything can happen. Usually, there's so many parts involved in this process. I mean, making a video game and publishing it, it's a big deal. It's not a small feat. It's something that usually you need a whole team to do that. And I'm doing this in front of you guys, and I had some technical issues, and I was expecting technical problems. When you do so many different things, there's always something that has to go wrong. But I'm actually glad that so far we're able to fix the problems. Because the problems that I'm having, I'm pretty sure that if I'm having these problems, you will have the problems too. So it's good that I have the problems first, so you know what to do. All right, upload successful. So now it's uploading to the App Store. So I'm going to click on done. And now I can close Xcode. I don't need Xcode anymore. So I'm going to close Xcode, quit Xcode. All right. And what I want to do now is go to iTunes. And inside of iTunes Connect, you can see that the app got uploaded. Click on the activity inside of your app. And if you look in the activity, you see that there is something that is processing here. Version 1.0, it's processing. So you cannot use it unless this is done. So you have to wait for this to be done. Usually it takes about a half hour to an hour. And to be able to use it, you click on the App Store link, prepare for submission, this link. And once you're here, you have to go down and select the build here. As you can see, there is a build entry. And once your build that we updated is finished, you will see a plus sign here. Right now, there is no plus sign next to the right of the build, but soon there will be one. Click on the plus and select the app that we just uploaded. All right? And once you select it, don't forget to go click on save and after submit for review, and you are done. And that's it. All right. something I can do is choose an icon. That I can easily do, and reuse the icon that I had. Go to my folder where I have my icon. And by the way, the icon needs to be 1024 pixels high over 1024 pixel long, right? So now I'm going to the Unity course, Unity color switch Halloween, then color switch, assets, icons, and that's the icon here, this icon. Click on open, and it's uploading the icon. All right, and save. Do not forget, many people forget to save because this is not very intuitive somehow, because the Google Play Store automatically saves. So make sure here you have to do the save by hand. All right, so again, now if I go back to activity, I'm going to refresh that page. If I go back to activity and refresh that page, you will see that this should change. No? Well, it's still processing, so this is going to take a while. All right, guys, so that's all we need to do for now. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And okay, so some people requested to join, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna prove you. And I hope you learned a lot. And remember, you can always contact me on appsfresh.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm always ready to help. See you guys very soon. All right, I'm going to stop this right now. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. I'm exhausted, but I'm glad I was able to do this. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.